Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In our A through Z playthrough, we have landed upon Leoric. I really like Leoric. Leoric hasn't changed at all though, other than a nerf to his Q, because just like Johanna, he was so good at clearing lanes that they had to change the basic fundamentals of what a minion was and what a monster now is, which is an objective minion. That being said, he's a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. I just hope we have a better day than we did on Karazhan, because I actually feel really bad about that. Here's hoping, team. Here's hoping. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the Towers of Doom today. In order to keep my team in the right mindset, I'm going to immediately say hi. I'm going to put a smiley face. I don't want a repeat of the last video. Shit like that really puts me in a bad mood. We are going to go for reanimation. I suppose this has changed because it is a quest talent now. Basically, it was Region Master before. That also made you come back as a ghost faster. And that's no longer the case. These two are queued together. Don't really know why they're going to the bottom. Most teams go for a pick in the middle lane, right? But, yeah, whatever. We can hang out. Leoric's Q ability is Skeletal Swing. It is pretty good at dealing AoE damage. It will cleave everything in front of him, and it hits quite hard, all things considered. And it's a pretty solid form of damage output. I really don't have any complaints about it at all. His W ability is Drain Hope, henceforth known as the Creepy Hand, because it is thine hand that iseth creepieth. You know what I'm saying? It's a straight line skill shot. If it connects with another hero, which I will try to do here, we will drain percentage health damage as long as I keep that thing connected. And the idea is that it does percentage-based stuff, so it's really, really good at ripping right through tanks quite easily. Grab an enemy, dealing up to 25% of their maximum health. So yeah, the higher the enemy's health you're attached to, the more your damage you're going to be dealing and the more healing you're going to be getting out of it, because it is a form of self-sustain. His E ability, the Creepy Walk, the Wraith Walk, allows him to kneel down and leave his body behind as he moves to a new location. It looks as though they're losing the bottom lane. Scary. Scary shit. Fantastic for escaping, just great overall mobility, and really rounds out his kit quite nicely, actually. I am just going to focus on these top two. Hopefully the team backs me up in this regard. We're going to hit Kill Thoughts with the Creepy Hand right away, get that health draining, and try to just get as much sustain off of him as possible. It's looking like we need to leave this area, so we just use the walk, and then we get out of there. They did go back down to bottom to contest that, so we'll go try to join them right now, but we are going to get a Region Globe on the way. We do need 30 Region Globes for our quest talent to be complete, so not the easiest thing to do on this map. So let's try to do it. Looks like we were able to get the bottom shrine, which is fantastic. Now I'm going to focus on the most important thing prior to level 10, which is going to be XP, team. It's going to be getting that fat amount of XP, team. Now, he could turn around and kill me. He probably knows that. But luckily for us, he did not. Now, level 4, I am going to go for Willing Vessel. Increases the healing from Drain Hope by 30% of your maximum health and Drain Essence to 15% of your maximum health. Just makes our W better. There's nothing complicated about that. It takes a good thing and makes it better. What's not to like? Every time we go in on Raynor, he's going to push us away. That's just a fact of life, and we need to get used to it. In between that, though, these Region Globes are really, really important. So I said that Leoric hasn't changed, and for the most part, that is very true. I did remember while we were in queue that for his first week of development, or first week of release, I was on vacation. So it wasn't a very prominent memory, but apparently while I was gone, people were playing Leoric like a Murky, and they were only split pushing. So you would walk up to a tower, you would then die to that tower, stay there as a ghost, and then just res a moment later and continue to push that tower. And that's how people were playing him, and I'm actually happy I didn't see that, because that sounds completely abysmal. That sounds like a terrible experience to be a part of. We do have our W connected to the enemy team's Leoric. The objective is going to be up in just a matter of moments. And if I had to guess, the enemy team is probably just going to let us trade here. I'm going to try to create some room for Falstad to turn in. Chromie is bombarding these guys from long range, and it looks like this is going to be a pretty even trade. We're just going to creepy walk right out of here, team. Like it ain't no thing. He does have some great survivability. I think his kit is really, really fun. They're pinging a lot. All right, we want kills. All right, I don't mind that at all. We'll go ahead and get that. Relocate with the walk. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Yes! It is important to always have your health bar on screen when you are using the creepy walk, because you really do need to make sure that your body doesn't die while your spirit isn't in it. Who would have guessed that would be important? I am a fan of the Ocean. I'm a fan of this ability here. This one that I don't know how to say. Ocean Renewal. That's what I'm going with. It's really good. It's like Laws of Hope. And it just heals. And it's really, really, really easy. Activate to heal for 20% of your maximum life over 6 seconds. It's a reliable heal. Really easy. Nothing complicated about it. You want healing? There you go. You got it. You hit the button. You'll get health back. And I like abilities like that. It's consistent. It has a minute cooldown, which pretty much means we can use it all the time. It'll be ready every single team fight. And it's just a good, reliable heal. Now, the alternative at this level range is the slow on skeletal swing. Now, by default, our Q has a 40% slow. If we talent for it, we can increase that to a 60% slow. And the reason we would do that is so that we can keep our W ability, the creepy hand, we can keep that attached to a target longer and heal for more significantly easier. Kerrigan should not be taking that camp. She needs to go to the objective immediately. She's wasting time. Okay. I even walked past a regen globe to get here, team. I walked past a fucking regen globe. Don't yell at me. I'm going to zone these guys back as our Falstad takes over that shrine. Looks like Kill Thoughts did manage to rotate down, though. Hopefully the combo lands. Didn't even need the combo, team. Nicely done. Let's see if we can make anything happen down here now. Chromie's still in the area, which means we have some really good zoning potential, and the rest of the friendly team should be rotating down very soon. We do need to be aware that the enemy team does have level 10, though, which is quite a big deal. We're going to go ahead and activate our heal that we spec'd into earlier and try to take down these Banshees before they kill our Falstad, which apparently I deal fucking no damage to. Who would have guessed that? Let's go ahead and... Uh-oh, team. Now, we can sustain here for a while. In theory. I guess versus another Leoric, we just kind of trade health around back and forth. Dodge the swing. Didn't dodge the swing. Now I get to show you my trait. My trait allows me to come back as a ghost, which is pretty cool. It allows me to grant vision to my team, which is pretty cool. And generally speaking, really good utility for a character to have. We never have to go back to the base. We can just instantly res here, and then we're good. We're back on the map. Now, we can use our Q and our W ability while we are a ghost. I am going to go for March of the Black King at this particular match, just because I want to get as much healing as humanly possible versus, you know, in this situation where we don't have a support. Let's go ahead and try to join our team up here. I'm gonna open with March of the Black King. I was hoping for a bit more of a follow-up, but you know what? That's okay. We're going to get a kill on Raynor. Let's just quickly reposition our body back here and allow our team to kind of move in and deal some damage to the enemy. Cool. So that worked out well. My heroic ability wasn't quite as impactful as I would have liked it to have been there, but that's okay. The enemy team did manage to get a mercenary camp down here, which is pushing in. But we could just kill it. How are we doing on our quest? We're at 11 out of 30. So not that good. We're not doing that good on our quest at all. Falstad dying in the middle lane. Triple tap is going to kill off that Kerrigan. And we are over here getting a camp. So that's another regen globe in the bank. Top lane is getting pushed in kind of hard. Looks like the team's dying a lot. But when you're in quick match and you don't have supports and they just kind of throw assassins at you, I mean, that kind of happens. One of the best things about Leoric, though, is just that he's like a reliably safe laner. You can put him in a solo lane and he'll be able to deal with it just fine. He has decent clear, he has good sustain, and good escape, which is what you want. So, I mean, he's not a very popular pick, but you could play him on maps like Blackheart's Bay. You could stick him down in the bottom lane and just let him go, and he'll be able to contend pretty well with anything that he faces. The enemy team did manage to get Boss, which did do 4 damage to our core, which is a little unfortunate. We are positioning for the next shrine now, and we have beaten them here, which means we do have a bit of an advantage in that regard. We're going to go ahead and use our heal now, and then immediately go in with our heroic ability, which was completely wasted by that Horrify. To return the favor, on accident, I just spread a living bomb to our Gul'dan player, interrupting his objective, which kind of sucks. Let's go ahead and attach our W to this Salami. We should res faster because we are draining his essence while we are a ghost, which just means we can get back on the battlefield a little bit faster. And our Q ability does still continue to slow enemies while we are a ghost, so we do still have some utility even though we are dead. Let's try to rally the team a little bit here. Soak to 13. We could do this. Don't feed. A lot of deaths going on here. A lot of deaths. Almost every one of those could have been avoidable. That's all. That's all I'm saying, team. That's all I'm saying. Let's go ahead and reposition over here as I die. This is where the joke comes in. Oh, don't feed noob. Oh my god. We are going to go for the damage bonus on our E ability if it finishes. Now, the odds of it finishing, probably not that great in every situation, but when it does finish, we are going to get a ton of damage off. Now, Drain Hope increases movement speed by 10% instead of reducing it. Would have been a good choice as well, but we did not go for that. I just wanted to try to get myself in a situation where I could kill off someone on the enemy team before my team gets killed off. Let's go ahead and just attach it to Jim Raynor. Again, he has that knockback. He can push us away, and that's fine. No reason to fight this. We need to be soaking XP. We need to be soaking X. Nice. That was actually a really good triple tap. I'm not going to lie. Just go ahead and reposition. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. When he comes out, we'll attach to him. We can deal bonus damage to this Leoric, no problem. The enemy is going to be taken, or the enemy team is going to take down our Kerrigan. Right at a really bad time to die because there are 3 objectives up on the map right now. I'm going to try to relocate up to the top and see if we can secure at least one of these. We are going to have everyone here working together. Again, I'm going to zone for my team as they're channeling. We don't need 2 people channeling. That's definitely a mistake there. But it looks like the enemy team a little slow on this rotate, so I'm going to go for the other one as well, and maybe we can grab it. Hopefully the friendly team does move in to assist. Let's just back up, use our heal over time right away, try to stay healthy. Here we go for the skeletal swing into our heroic ability, getting the most value out of it as we can. This Li Ming is going to die from that damage over time of the Gul'dan corruption. We just dealt that bonus damage from our talent to the enemy team's Leoric, and of course, this is the real Nova, and just like that, we wipe out the enemy team. That was a really, really good play. Minute 30 on boss, so we can't quite capitalize on that, but we can pick up another kill on the enemy team's Leoric. Push mid. All mid. We could just shove this in really, really quick. But they went top. Kerrigan. There's no reason to be doing what you do. Please just join the team. Please join the team. Okay, so Kerrigan's not a team player. She's been feeding all game, and she's gonna go take mercenaries up top. You know what? That's okay. You know what? Kerrigan's gonna do what Kerrigan wants to do. This is all there is to it. Could we have potentially pushed down that building? Abso-fucking-lutely. We potentially could have pushed down that building. Is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. So, I mean, I'm not gonna be super mad at Kerrigan. But, you know, when you are behind, it is important that your team, you know, has that central goal. They're all on the same page. We are going to reduce the cooldown of our Drain Hope. This is a very Drain Hope focused build. It didn't necessarily have to be. Falstaff being taken down in the middle lane. That is unfortunate. We are in a position where the triple tap, won't have much value though. So, I mean, we're in a nice defensive spot here. I'm going to move in pretty aggressively. I'm not that afraid of what the enemy team can do here. They're all pretty low on health. In fact, I might try to dive in here just a little bit. Looks like my team is dying behind me, however. Nova able to do some pretty good damage there by the looks of things, but she is going to be taken out by our Chromie, and we're just going to reposition very quickly to our back line. Using that walk at the right time is so instrumental to being an effective Leoric. So instrumental. All right, we do have an objective spawning, and, well, we don't have a lot of health. The good news is the tunnel exit is up, so I hope our teammates that are going back use that exit to get back over here faster. We do see Falstad flying in to interrupt that mercenary camp there, and now Gul'dan channeling here. We need someone in the bush. It doesn't matter who it is. We just need someone zoning them away from this. Push bot. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I actually missed my drain there, which is pretty bad versus another Leoric, and it pretty much meant I was going to die. If we both attach our drains, we're basically just canceling each other out. If he lands his drain and I miss mine, that's when we run into some serious trouble there. Bot. Push bot. I'm not even worried about boss right now. We just need to stay together. Never mind. We lost everybody. Okay. Well, I mean, they're doing this. That's good. Let's make sure the enemy team doesn't move in here too hard. Oh, we see Nova in the stasis! I can't do anything to her just yet, but we are going to be up in just a moment. There we go. It is important to mention that your dead versions of your abilities, the versions you have when you're a ghost, they do not share the same cooldown as your abilities when you are alive. So feel free to use that slow as much as possible. You will not need it once you're back up in the world of the living. That is important. Kerrigan should not move in too hard here. There's no reason to fight at all. There's no reason to take that risk. We are slightly ahead of the enemy team, and we really need to maintain that. Now that we got a really nice pick from our Chromie, however, I feel as though we can move in just fine. I'm going to go ahead and use my ultimate here on this Salami, try to push him out, try to deal that damage, and then we'll attach the Creepy Hand to the enemy team's Leoric and just try to zone them out. Aggressive push, yes. Effective push, no, not really. We didn't gain anything out of me diving there. Here, however, we can attach the Creepy Hand. He already missed his. We just talked about how big of an advantage that is. And then we have quite a number advantage here for the next objective. 2 members of the enemy team are dead, although Leoric can come back pretty quickly. 3 members of the enemy team dead with that Kel'Thas pickup, and now we're in a great spot, team. We're in a really good spot. Falstad just needs to move in and start channeling on that. There he goes. And I don't see much of a reason not to push in here and take bottom before we rotate up to boss. So let's tell the team that. Bot, then boss. We'll have the numbers advantage. They'll have to retake bottom, which is going to make some space for us to move up to the top lane and get boss really, really quick. Fantastic. Okay. We are going to go for Spectral Leash. Basic attacks deal extra damage and heal us. Again, the friendly team not on the same page with me at all. This is something that needed to happen very quickly. They sat around in the bottom lane, decided to team fight over nothing. We already had the building and then died. And because of that hesitation, we are not going to be able to secure boss. Which I'm not going to lie to you is a little frustrating. I'm trying to make the right plays here. I'm trying to keep them focused and driven. It just appears as though they don't want to be. Or not. Sad face. Sad face team. So now, effectively, we're doing nothing. We had this really good pressure down in the bottom lane. The enemy team, I called it, they have to take that building back. They had to move down there and take that time to reclaim that building. During that time, we could have pushed middle. That's a decent option. We could have then, after we take middle, rotate top, and then we have massive map pressure everywhere. We could have gone to boss and done 4 more core damage to the enemy team, and then only require 1 of the objectives. Next cycle for the tributes or the shrines or whatever the fuck they're called. That would have been a good move. The right move, there were several options there for the right move. The wrong move was just sitting in the bottom lane, team fighting over nothing. I think we can all agree on that, right? That Horrified did not do too much for us there. Let's go ahead and use our heal, and we'll just try to stick to this Salamia Shalanore. Try not to spread that bomb too much. The objectives are up in 7 seconds, and 2 members of the enemy team are dead, so it looks as though we are going to win this game. I mean, I'm not I'm not trying to say I'm always right, but we definitely didn't make the most out of that opportunity that we had there. For sure. Let's try to move in here and stop this Jim Raynor. We do not have my heroic ability, and that is important to note. The enemy team's Li Ming is going to get resets. Oh shit, team. All right, she has been taken down. Jim Raynor, let's just try to deal some auto attack damage to him. Never mind, we're gonna have to back up just a little bit, and all of a sudden, what should have been a guaranteed win is no longer that. And they are gonna get that bottom shrine. Boss is up right now. The enemy team could potentially rotate up to that, so I'm going to try to do my best to get as much vision here as I can. We're going to go ahead and attach that creepy hand to Jim Raynor and just try to resurrect a little bit faster. Looks as though he is going to be going back. I believe we can use, we can use our activatable heal to res a little bit faster here as well. So a bit of a blunder for our team for sure, but we'll be back up pretty quick. Boss... It's a bit of a throw pit, but I mean, they're not listening to any of my other recommendations, so they probably won't even listen to this one. The enemy team is down to the bottom lane right now. It is... We are going to have to retake that, huh? Okay. Okay. The enemy team rotating very slowly anywhere. The fact that we don't see anyone kind of makes me think they're... Okay, they were actually going for the bottom mercenary camp. I was going to say, the fact that we don't see anyone kind of makes me think that they are going to be going for boss right now. Falstad looking like he wants to retake that bottom keep, which is probably the right thing to do here. Actually, second-guessing himself and not doing that now. The enemy team is kind of postured for boss. We can go scout that out, though. Relatively safely. We can just use our creepy walk to reposition here. No problem. Didn't really lose anything. Our team had plenty of time to retake the bottom keep there. 4 more points to the enemy core is all we need to successfully win the video game. Hi, Libig. That was a good teleport. That was a fucking good teleport. We just lost our Gul'dan somewhere. I don't even know where. And now Gul'dan is dead at a very pivotal moment of the match. So we need to get a pick immediately or we're going to be in a pretty bad spot. Very nicely done. On command, Chromie. Making our dreams come true. I don't think our Kerrigan knows how to combo. But our Chromie certainly does. Beautiful. Abso-fucking-lutely beautiful. Chromie is being the hero that we need. Falstad opting to not block that triple tap. Definitely an unconventional play there. Kerrigan once again not going in for the combo in any capacity. And it looks as though Falstad is going to be the only one alive here to defend this. Kerrigan's still on the board. She is using the Ultralisk, but does not have the level 20 upgrade to allow to res. So the enemy team is going to be able to get both of the... Oh, the interrupt, Kerrigan! Maybe she can't combo, but she can go in and die. That's for sure. Now, Falstad is back in the base healing right now. It is possible that he will be able to fly in time, but it looks like that will not be the case. Now, the good news here is that Kael'thas is very low on health, and he has vision. There we go. Beautiful. We are only going up against a Leoric right now, so maybe Falstad will be able to channel on this Gul'dan, reinforcing us here. Leoric is going to die. And it looks like we are going to be interrupted by Li Ming, but she didn't hit Falstad. Wow, that was an interesting match for a lot of reasons. I was getting a little salty at the end. I was getting a little fucking tilted. You know what? That happens to the best of us. Chromie played phenomenally, though. Really, really, really well. Leoric is he's still playable in today's meta. Definitely pickable if you're going up against a double warrior. I would say that is where he thrives the most. Again, he has great survivability, pretty strong lane clear, and really good sustain. The talents I went for in today's video, we have Reanimation, Willing Vessel, Ocean Renewal, I hope I said that right. Excuse me, March of the Black King, Crushing Hope, Unyielding Despair, and Spectral Leash. You can change this up quite a bit, though. There are a lot of alterations you could do here, but most of his builds are focused on self-sustain. That's the #1 priority. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Up next, we do have Lily, everyone's favorite bicycle with training wheels. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.